What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time stopping by, please subscribe and check out some of my other videos on this OBS build that we just recently started. Also, check out some other builds. You know, we got the muscle truck setting up here. Of course, you guys know this is probably my heaviest hitter on the channel. You guys show me some huge love for this truck, so I really appreciate you guys following me and showing the love on the old heavy Chevy here. We got some awesome stuff coming up for it. I can't wait to do a rebuild on it and hopefully come back a little stronger in the next coming months. So let's get right into this. The green truck that you guys saw, you know, the OBS build, the 95 that my dad bought, it was running pretty good, but we noticed a few things with the clutch. So if you'll watch the last video about, you know, bringing home the OBS, we noticed the clutch was making some funny noises, and when you press it in, it was kind of stiff. So that was a clue that throwout bearing's probably going bad, or we got something going on with the clutch fork. And after some further investigation, we have found a couple more problems other than just that. So the balancer also has an issue here. You can tell it's coming apart. We're going to replace that. Luckily, I have a spare engine laying right over there that come out of the muscle truck. It is a 4.3 liter as well. So we do have some parts laying around. And you guys have asked a lot of questions about the muscle truck, and honestly, it's not as complicated to swap as you're thinking. Now, this is the transmission out of the green truck here, the 95, 4.3 liter, you know, full-size Silverado. This is an MV3500, so it's the same exact transmission that you'll find in the muscle truck. So what happened here is the clutch fork and the little pivot ball that it rides on has completely deteriorated away, and you can replace these things by taking them out and buying a little kit that pulls it. I'll try to see if I can find the description, you know, a link to the description on how these things come out, but you can basically just get on Google and play around. But it's a clutch pivot ball replacement. You can basically Google that and it'll take you straight to the site that we bought it from. It's basically the first thing that pops up, but when that ball wears out that this thing pivots on, it pretty much makes it really hard to push the clutch in, and it also puts increased wear on the fork. So he had to buy two things here. He had to buy the little pivot ball and the little retainer that comes with it. This guy right here is what wore out. As you can see, the awesome kind of cuts that's in it, that is from the increased wear where the pivot ball has deteriorated, and the grease that goes in there, which they give you in the kit, also was gone. So whoever had the truck last time, you know, apparently this has been going on for a long time, so I don't know how many owners it's had, but it's been going on for a while, and we just now discovered it. So we are in progress of fixing that. So while we had it out, we're also going to do a clutch. And basically they just resurfaced the flywheel, but this is going to be a new clutch. While you're in there, might as well do a timing chain. We noticed that the balancer was loose. Always good to go ahead and do a timing chain while you're in it. Another nice little mod. Set of these Gibson headers that came off of the muscle truck in the 4.3, back when it was a 4.3. These things are awesome. They have really thick flanges, and they seal up really good. They've got a bun for the O2. So anyway, that was a couple things we noticed right off the bat. We got to take care of business. Let's see what else here. Looks like also we did, I wasn't here for this part, but they did do freeze plugs in it while they were there. Of course, we got a leak with the rear main, so that would be while this is off. You know, oil pan and everything's off of it. The bottom end in this thing appears to be okay. I don't see anything too bad going on up there. I think we'll be okay on that part. Alright guys, so back to the build on the 95 OBS Silverado. If you guys have been following this one. Here's the new item that we added in to correct the clutch fork. And also there's a fitting that they also sell with the kit. You drill and tap a hole to add that to the outside of the case, and that helps lubricate the thing so it doesn't happen again. Alright guys, so a couple of weeks have passed here, and I've been making some progress on the truck. Dad's been doing a couple things. I haven't really been around for a whole lot of this build, but I did want to go ahead and provide an update for you guys and show you how far along we have came. So you guys remember we had transmission issues, and we have since then resolved those, and everything went really well. Use a repair kit, which you can find on Google. Basically, it's a pivot ball repair kit. Pulls up a couple different sites where you can get it from. They run, I think they're around $30 as a kit, or you can get some extra goodies with it for $60, and it gives you the grease and the bearing and all the good stuff. So it's usually best to go ahead and do the full kit. But this is an NV3500 with a 4.3, like I said earlier, and everything has went back together fairly smoothly. Everything is pretty much buttoned up. Now, we did throw a curveball at you guys. Said we were going to leave the truck stock. Wasn't entirely true. This truck now has the muscle truck originally came with a 4.3, as you guys know. So that engine had headers on it, and now this engine will have headers on it as well. So he's rocking some Gibson shorty headers. See if we can give you a better view from in here. But those are Gibson shorty headers. They fit awesome. They went right on the engine, pretty much no problems. But we are going to have to fab up an exhaust system, which means fabbing up a Y pipe. Now the muscle truck did already have kind of a fabbed up system, so we're going to use the remains of that system on this truck. Of course, you guys know the muscle truck is kind of parked up here for now because we're getting ready to do a full rebuild on it and possibly LS swap it. We'll have to think about that one though, because we'll just have to see. But anyway, back to what this video is about. Now I'm going to go on a rabbit trail there, but this guy is really close to being ready for the road. Of course, you know, everything on the front of the engine's back together. All new timing set, new oil pan gasket, and also went through the timing chain. And the freeze plugs on the back of the engine also were shot, so we had to put freeze plugs in it, and the pilot bearing and everything had to get replaced. It's got a new clutch in it. Several different things had to go on to make this thing ready to go and get it shifting very smooth again. So everything is good to go as far as the transmission, so that repair kit did a great job. So highly recommend checking out that repair kit. If you guys got a stiff clutch, or you got some kind of a noise or a vibration, check that throwout bearing. You've got to get it aligned correctly on the forks. So if you have an issue with it and you know you haven't done the clutch, check that out. That's probably your problem. So he was leaning on the truck the other day and we noticed something odd going on, and it appears we have shot wheel bearings as well. And you can see here what it has done to this hub. It's actually ate a groove in the hub. So this thing has been on its way out for a while, apparently. This truck does have a drop spindle on it. I'm unaware of what kit it is. I believe it's a DJM kit. And the spring, I believe, is stock. So I think it's only on a 2 or 3 inch spindle drop is really all it's done to this. And as far as the rear, it does have a flip kit in this truck. Of course, you guys already knew that if you watched the first video. And there's the old exhaust system that came off the truck, which we're pretty much going to discard all of that and build our own system from scratch, which will include fabbing our own Y pipe. But everything has been notched. Everything's notched. And all the relocation brackets are in place to do the flip kit. There's a good view of that. In case you guys ever want to flip kit your truck, you are going to be doing that, and you are going to be cutting right there on that edge. And this guy unfortunately did not notch the bed where the muscle truck, we took the time to notch here, but basically you need to cut a little groove out right here so the diff doesn't do what it's doing right here. It's going to bump the bed of your truck if you carry any kind of weight. You can see what it done right there. Put a nice place in it. And if you look over here, you'll see the difference in a properly installed system. I don't know if you can really tell or not. It's a long shot from here, but it is notched underneath the muscle truck. I did want to provide an update for you guys. I wanted to show you where this build is at and where we're going with it. It's getting really close, and hopefully we will have this thing on the road very soon. Like I said, this is going to be a daily driver, so as far as doing some kind of a wild swap or anything like that, I don't think it's going to happen for a little while. I think he's going to enjoy the truck and just drive it and do a shakedown on it, make sure there isn't any other problems. But right now, that's where we're at. So this is kind of part 2, if you want to. call it part 2 of this little build series. Of course, I'm going to combine a few of these videos, but we're getting closer. So, still got to put the fan shroud on. All this stuff has to go on. Of course, the wheel bearings got to go on. I believe the fan also has to go on, and the belt, and the air cleaner. So, as far as what we've been trying to fix here on the engine, it is basically ready to go underneath the hood. It's just now we're having to work on the bearings and all this other stuff that we weren't really anticipating having to work on. But anyway, I just want to provide an update for you guys. Thank you for watching, and like I said earlier, you know, be sure and subscribe, because I've got all kinds of stuff coming on this channel, guys. So we're up to 2,500 subscribers. I want to give you guys a huge thanks, because we took this channel from like 200 to 2,500 in less than, I think, about 4 or 5 months. So pretty awesome, and I love the fact that you guys interact too. I mean, it's great to know that you guys are following me, and you know, I really appreciate you guys joining me on this journey of where we're taking all these vehicles to. And also, you know, be sure and check out some of the overland stuff if you're into that, or if you like off-road stuff. You know, we're still big into that right now. But I am out. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.